You miss me though, for real, because I'm saying it seems like a thing.
I miss
this birthday
with
party,
Puff, man.
But I'm talking about for your birthday.
Huh?
Why won't you party with me for your birthday, man?
We partied for my birthday before. You came to my party.
No, but me and you ain't never really party. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I don't be going to the puffy parties. They can hug you from the front and the back at the same time.
It's crazy. The feature came about. I was just in the Bahamas. Shit was mad random. Diddy was in the Bahamas working on the album. I went over to where they were staying. They had a set up there in the studio.
I like when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, where you put my bag?
Daddy, I like when you just blow it out. It's your birthday every day.
Every day's your birthday on Drink Champs.
You heard what he just said, right?
So Fab, how was your birthday, man?
Hey,
what was your wish?
I like
F-Zero. Cent has publicly attacked Fabolous, claiming that Fab has been Diddy's secret sidekick for years. During that awkward cocktail champion interview, Diddy continued to pressure Fab to go out with him, as you may recall. Fab was so uncomfortable the entire time that everyone thought she was just in a strange situation and didn't want to get involved. However, the surprise is that after that interview, Fab really began regularly attending parties with Diddy, and they were spotted hanging out and doing music together. Everything between them was fantastic until the Cassie lawsuit came to light, and the serious accusations against Diddy began to surface. Now that the Diddy scandal is well known, Fabolous is acting as though he was never really involved in it. In a music video for the song Act Bad, which Fab starred in with Diddy and the City Girls a few months prior to the lawsuit being dropped, Diddy specifically hinted at the kind of extravagant scenes that he is now accused of hosting behind the scenes. Despite the dubious timing, 50 Cent isn't taking Fab off the hook so easily. 50 Cent is making it more difficult for Fab to escape criticism, despite the questionable timing. He wants everyone to keep in mind that in the Drink Champs interview with Fabolous, he was the first to call attention to Diddy's odd behavior. His comments were dismissed by many at the time as being driven solely by jealousy, but they now appear to be more and more accurate. Back then, people rejected it, saying that 50 was just hateful, but now it seems like all he said was accurate.
So Fab, how was your birthday, man? What was your wish for this year?
Health, birthday was cool.
Wealth,
yeah.
knowledge itself. Watch nothing that over your cake, brother.
I like vibes. You know what I mean? I like a good vibe more than like wanting for anything. Like, you know what I mean? So I got a cool vibe. I spent some of the time with my kids.
Right now, 50 is having so much fun that he is criticizing Fab from all angles and making fun of her on Instagram, essentially saying, "I told you so." However, those close to 50 say he isn't done yet. Rumor has it that in his next Diddy documentary, he will go into even greater detail about Fab and Diddy's extremely close connection.
I went out, grabbed a bag, and I spent some more time with my kids. And, you know what I mean? I felt like I was a milestone age. I'm gonna have a party, and we had parties, but I was more like just trying to just vibe, like just see where I look back on where I became.
Did you miss me though? For real, because it seems like a thing.
I miss
this birthday party,
Puff, man.
You already know that 50 Cent will be messy and cruel with it. Let's face it. Now that everyone wants to know why Fab is purportedly Diddy's particular friend and how Fab is responding to 50 disparaging him in this way, let's examine everything. 50 Cent mentioned that embarrassing Drink Champs interview, which Fab most likely believed would never be seen again, during his speech at Fabolous Hard this week.
But I'm talking about for your birthday.
Huh?
Why won't you party with me for your birthday, man?
We partied for my birthday before. You came to my party.
No, but me and you ain't never really party, you know what I'm saying?
A video of the interview was posted on Instagram by users, who also commented, "But he dragged Fab and all the other rappers who let Diddy talk to them wild for years and stayed silent. 50 went straight for the throat. This dude is a fruit pop," I was thinking as 50 wrote. Look how they were all acting like everything was normal because they looked up to Diddy and
Bag at? Mr. Lee,
Yeah, I love this drink.
Where you put my bag
I like
at?
when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, where you put my bag
Daddy,
at,
I like
Mr.
when
Lee?
you
Oh, it's right here,
scrambling
it's
and
right here.
scraping.
No, no. No, I got
I
notes
like
and
that.
shit. You know, I've been practicing. I got
Yeah,
notes
there you
and
go.
shit.
You got your notes.
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna go over with that one.
Make a
that
wish.
one.
Just blow it out. It's your birthday every day.
Every day's a birthday on Drink Champs, goddammit. I'm in. Okay. No, we ain't fucking with that. I got notes now. I'm trying to get my life together.
I'm a hater, and he's not holding back at all. Supporters of Fab defended him by claiming that although his body language suggested that he wasn't feeling it, Fab continued to hang out with Diddy, and they were seen going to parties together following the interview.
Shout out to the gang in the South Side. All right, don't forget where you come from. Yeah, love. That guy in the building. Hey, yo. This guy right here, one of the hip-hop entrepreneurs, young legends. He's in my gang. He gets money. Yes, he does.
Yes, I'm inspired, though. God is good.
So, you don't remember? Diddy showed up out of the blue on an episode of Drink Champs with Fab and Jadakiss in 2017. Fab was discussing celebrating his birthday with his children when Diddy interrupted, saying, "You missed partying with me that day." How uncomfortable must he have been? It's somewhat unfortunate that Fab's history seems to be finally coming back to haunt him. Diddy refused to let it go and persisted in asking Fab to give an explanation for why they never went out together, as though he had to respond. The fact that these mature guys are now questioning Cassie's decision to stay after years of keeping quiet about Diddy's behavior is ridiculous. Fab's frequent staring at his plate, his wriggling in his seat, and his lack of eye contact with Diddy all show that he is not feeling it. The most peculiar aspect is that, as if in an inside joke, Diddy called him N Daddy again during that same interview before forcing him to blow out his birthday candles. It was obvious that he wasn't entirely into it because I played along even though he blew them out from the side of his mouth.
Do you forgive somebody for taking somebody's ass? There's a lot of people out here taking from people. Not only like people are getting robbed of not only their money and their spirituality, they're getting robbed of their womanhood and manhood. Asses are being taken in ways that nobody can explain.
Come on, if they were too afraid to speak up, how can they condemn others? I wonder how many of them took part in those unsettling backstage scenarios. Let's return to Fabolous now. After that Drink Champs interview, where he appeared really uneasy, you would assume he would avoid Diddy, yet Fabolous continued to attend Diddy's parties as if nothing had happened.
Do you chuckle? Do you laugh? Do you help? Do you criticize? Because I see a lot of jokes out there right now talking about baby oil. Everybody got a joke about having baby oil and lube. Is that okay? Is that the message? That was funny, fam. Now what?
Fab even shared a video of one of Diddy's wild parties on Instagram in November 2021, saying that things went so out of control that he had to depart in good graces. He departed after telling Diddy he was going to the restroom as the sun rose at 7 a.m., but the man was still enjoying himself as if it had just begun. And guess who else was there? On his Instagram stories, Mariah Carey Fab revealed that he also informed her that he had to move his car before it was towed. This was just another ingenious method of avoiding the need to bounce. He claimed that although they were supposed to be working on music that night, the recording was already finished, and his only wish was for everyone to stay and have some wine. Instead, Fab wrote, "It was 6 a.m. and my verse was done."
When you want to disrespect me and the money team, and we got 7 Rolls Royces outside, and we just made 350 racks on the... Don't disrespect me. I'm going to smack you up again, fool.
All right, so Razy, let's
That's what I'm saying. And Ray J got beat up. In the face, man.
You punch Fab in the face.
One time. Hey, all I'm saying is if you got Fab number, tell that send a picture of his face right now.
He questioned his followers. Have you ever been pressured by your peers to attend the afters? You genuinely want to go home or back to the room, but you don't want to be the cause of people's absence. Finally, he asked, have you ever said you were going to the bathroom and then left? The odd thing is that despite everything, Fab was still on time for Diddy's activities.
I said, so you went up to him at the after party.
I'm with the money team right now. We all over here. I swear to God, he running from me right now. I had 100 fools outside of Moon right now. He never left the club. He was scared up in there. He tried to call the police.
So when you hit him, what did he do, Ray?
Nothing. He fell back because he's a sucker.
Okay, now, Razor, let me ask you. So he didn't hit you back?
Look, check this out. No disrespect.
Additionally, he lived a lot longer than most people believed. For example, on September 15, 2023, a few weeks before Cassie's case gained widespread attention, he was seen at a party held by Diddy in New York City. But according to other sources, the tone shifts to something much darker at this point, and Fab may have felt powerless because Diddy was reportedly wearing a scary movie.
Like, shout out to my big bro Diddy, because he tried to really be like, look.
Tell me calm down, brother.
I'm ready for this, man.
All right.
Straight up. Bitch ass.
Thank you, Ray.
Man, I hate to see people
mama.
so mad like that. I don't want Ray J
You know
to do nothing
this
crazy.
Nigga wanna talk. I was with Puff last night, and I said, Puff, he said, listen, if anybody talks about me, I'ma smack them in the face. And I said, you know what? You know, you right.
Was possible to correct him with these. Although they haven't been verified, there are rumors that Diddy put something in Fab's drink at one of those wild parties. Diddy, or one of his previous male employees, is thought to have taken advantage of Fab by doing something unsavory to him while recording the entire event. If this is the case, the friendship may have been considerably more complicated than it appeared.
It's more a war than a war between Ray J and me. You know what I'm saying? It's high and coked up or on pills, and you know, his rant, I heard this hilarious to me. First and foremost, joke to me. Like, it's not, I'm taking it serious on the side of where he thinks that that he should do that too, but I'm laughing at his whole character. Like, there's nobody.
However, adding Ray J makes it much more sinister. Ray J once publicly threatened to send someone to do something horrible to Fabolous, as some people remember. Fans are now figuring out the specifics and speculating as to whether Ray J had been referring to Diddy all along. There have been long-standing suspicions that Ray J is some sort of industry runner who has surely remained close to Diddy and does shady favors for influential people behind the scenes. Numerous videos exist that show Ray J relaxing at Diddy's crib while posing as an inner circle member. Many people are surprised by the connection between these names. Ray J then made this odd and uncomfortable comment on his new program right after Diddy was jailed.
That believes Ray J is gangster to that point unless he's gonna prove it. So at this point now, he's gonna have to prove all of this funny that he was saying on World Star, on the Breakfast Club. But it's like, yo, don't, because while he's talking to me, he's like touching my shoulder and like tapping me on the chest and like, you know, just talking. So I'm like, yo, if you're serious, like, let's this end this. Like, first of all, don't touch me no more. Don't touch my body in any form or way. Don't touch me. So he's like, what you mean don't touch you, fam?
Supporters were able to see through the dubious timing that he was trying to get away from the whole thing and avoid the spotlight. The fact that Ray J, who threatened to really harm Fabolous's nerves a few years ago, is now criticizing others for making jokes about the Diddy situation is ridiculous. Backstory. For nearly 10 years, Ray J and Fab have been at odds. It all began with a viral HBO show that showed Ray J singing at Floyd Mayweather's estate. After seeing the momentary drama that developed between the two, Fabolous felt compelled to ridicule Floyd on social media.
And I said what I just said, don't touch me, you know what I'm saying? And then from there he leaned back and then he like pushed off of me at my chest. So then when he pushed off of me, I jumped back to him and I grabbed him up. So I grabbed him up. It was no fight, it was no swing. This whole story that he made up, that whole Tupac rant about him swinging on somebody and all that shit, all.
Ray J was merely playing One Wish on a piano keyboard, but Floyd said that the performance in his living room was genuine, to which Ray J said, "No." According to Floyd, however, "We're having a concert in my living room." When Ray J went on a tirade and contacted the Breakfast Club, claiming that he had already fought Fabolous at an after-party for treating him and Floyd disrespectfully, things really took off. When Ray J's piano version of One Wish appeared on screen, I began to cry. Very fascinating, Ray J also brought up Diddy, implying that it was Diddy who initially persuaded him to pursue Fab. That brief exchange developed into a full-fledged argument with some dubious behind-the-scenes ties. But it wasn't finished yet. Ray J lost all control when he threatened to have one of his male friends do something horrible to Fabolous if she didn't apologize publicly. Yes, he did say it, and everyone was shocked and angry. The very following day, Fabolous called to correct the record. He denied ever having been punched and made it clear that he never apologized, instead speculating that Ray J might have been intoxicated or disorderly. Furthermore, he asserted that the whole episode had been exaggerated to an absurd extent, and that Ray J's ominous warning exposed the kinds of people Rai preferred to hang out with. That sentence alone caused everyone to raise their eyebrows, and since Rai mentioned Diddy in the same hysterical outburst, you can be sure that connections were made immediately.
He said something fabulous and he goes, yo, but me and you, we ain't party. Like, we need to party.
But I'm talking about for your birthday. Why won't you party with me for your birthday, man?
Well, you came to my party.
No, but me and you ain't never really party, you know what I'm saying? Eyes, brother.
Oh, man.
Eyes, I understand.
What you talking about? I get uncomfortable. Like he said something to me one time, a long time ago. He told me he'd take me shopping. I looked at him like, what you just...
Fans are beginning to wonder if Ray J was truly referring to Diddy in that old recording of his song, Wild Threat, especially in light of all the charges Diddy has been facing and the strange behavior he has previously shown around Fabolous. To complete the cycle, 50 Cent is out there doing what he does best, which is stirring up controversy and forcing the industry to confront what has been hiding in plain sight. This is why the entire conversation has come back to the forefront. Remember, too, that 50 was one of the few people who highlighted the Drink Champs interview when it was televised. According to insiders, 50 Cent is giving away details about his upcoming documentary rather than just trolling for attention, since he brought back that Drink Champs moment with Fabolous in 2017. As everyone knows, 50 Cent has been criticizing Diddy's behavior for years, but at the time, it was dismissed as pettiness or envy. However, given the growing number of lawsuits and ominous charges, many of his claims are beginning to seem all too real. Did he do it? And will it blow up? The doctor will reportedly go into great detail about all the wild things. Let's hear it. Do you think Fabolous was a victim and entangled in all of this? Or did he play along to keep his place in the inner circle? Could Diddy have been using something as blackmail? Perhaps even something related to that Ray J situation? No. Post your thoughts in a comment, hit like, and remember to subscribe. Celebrity parties, blackmail rumors, and Diddy's strange, questionable relationships with some rappers, especially Fabolous, are all back on the rise.